Hey guys, on today's episode, we're going to take a quick look at what's happening in the Chinese market right now. We have a lot of great stocks up pretty big. So I'm going to share my overall thoughts of what's happening right now, but also do I want to buy at these levels or what am I thinking about doing at these levels? So let's get started. If this is your first time here, guys, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Also, let me know in the comments, what are some of your favorite Chinese stocks at the moment? So if we take a quick look, right, some of the stocks right now, overall, the whole Chinese market is up right now, but JD.com, for example, is up 13.6% right now. We have Alibaba up about 7.9%, 6.4 as I am recording this episode, and Tencent is up about 8.16. So huge green day. But if we take a quick look at just, it's good to look at things in forms of perspective. In forms of one day, things are looking pretty good. But year to date, this stock from its 52-week high, for example, Tencent, is still down about 37.63%. So yes, I mean, today is definitely nice if we take a quick look at charts, and we will in a bit. But in the long term of things, it's still this is a market that's still that still has been beaten down pretty much. But before we take a quick look at the news, let's take a quick listen to today's sponsor, a great reason why I'm able to provide so much content to you guys for free. I want to thank The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. The Motley Fool is a company that provides investing insight and stock recommendations for investors of all skill sets and risk levels. You guys know I love finding new investing tools and resources to help me scout out new growth stocks. And right now I have a discount for one of my favorite services the Fool offers. Through the Motley Fool Stock Advisor services, you get access to a ton of expert stock picks. Every month you'll get 2 new picks that are aimed at growing your wealth and to help you realize your financial goals. Stock Advisor's average stock picks have done amazing returns. If growing your money is something you'd like to do more of this year, you can visit fool.com/Jose Najarro or click on the link below for access to my special offer and decide if the stock advisor is right for you. Thanks again to the Motley Fool, and now onto today's video. Alright, so I do believe there are 3 reasons Chinese stocks are up right now. The first reason I do believe is China's cyberspace regulators lay out 2 main conditions for companies wanting to go public. And I believe this eliminates a lot of the unknowns. We saw a few companies go public early in June, I believe it was June or July, I forget which month. But a few days after going IPO, they were followed by some cybersecurity regulators in China that prevented for them to kind of receive new users. So this kind of made this form of negative sentiment towards recent IPO companies. So now with kind of having 2 main conditions that these IPOs need to go through before going public, it kind of eliminates a lot of the unknown in the companies, or a lot of unknowns on some of these Chinese companies. I do want to say, right, the way the overall Chinese regulators and Chinese government has been acting lately, it kind of obviously, a good portion of the risk has been eliminated, but more risk can continue and more uncertainties can still continue as the days and months progress. The second reason I want to talk is Cathie Wood's ARK Investment Management did pick up a good amount of shares yesterday on Monday of JD.com. So this is kind of bringing another big bullish investor back into Chinese stocks that, hey, all right, now we know what regulators need. Now we have big investment firms kind of going back into some Chinese stocks. So it's kind of creating this bullish sentiment for Chinese stocks. The third one I want to say is just overall earnings, right? I mean, yesterday, this whole week, I believe we're getting a nice amount of Chinese stocks reporting earnings. This morning, we had one report earnings that did amazing. JD also reported earnings, and they were super strong. So overall, fundamentals in forms of earnings, again, on regarding of what's happening in the market or what kind of the Chinese government is doing, companies individually are being super strong right now. And all 3 reasons, I believe, all that are the main reasons these stock prices are up right now. So now I want to share my overall thoughts, right? I did a live stream this morning, and a lot of people were wondering, hey, Jose, is now the time to buy some of these Chinese stocks? First, I want to say, I mean, I don't think seeing price action should make you more bullish in a day, right? I think this is just short-term movement, and volatility can work both ways. Stock prices can go up, stock prices can go down. I think the real question is going to be like, hey, have any of these recent news made you a little bit more bullish in the market, or have you been bullish in these Chinese stocks even before these recent news, right? Because the 3 major things, earnings were super strong. We have big investment firms, and I want to say, I don't really care what ARK does, and that doesn't really dictate dictate how I buy or sell a company. And third is you kind of have the new information with what Chinese regulators want for some of these recent IPO companies. So if any of those reasons make you more bullish, then I would say, hey, maybe I wouldn't mind getting into a position. But if the only reason I was bullish in the market right now was because today we had a 10% day in some of these high growth stocks and I don't want to miss out on the future gains, then I think that's the worst case scenario. That wouldn't be a reason I personally would invest, because that's just short-term price movement kind of messing with my emotions and telling me, hey, Jose, now that things are green, things are going to continue to be green. And that's not necessarily the case, right? Stock price can continue to go down with volatility. Again, though, I do want to say in forms of perspective, it's very important, right? JD.com right now is up over 14% or 13%, I believe. But we can see these are levels last seen a few weeks ago. So it's not like the stock price is overly extended. Same with Baba, right? Baba, all these stocks kind of took a quick pull down and now are just back to levels last seen a few days ago or a few weeks ago. So it's not like these companies have jumped dramatically. So for me, short-term movements, I do believe all these stocks will continue to be heavily and very, very volatile. But if one is still looking in long-term investments and wouldn't mind some risk, remember, there's always risk. Just because we know a little more certainties about regulators doesn't mean they can't continue to add more stuff. And just the overall way that the government is doing there in China, how things can shape up and move all around. So there's plenty of risk still, but at least some uncertainties have been relieved. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Take care, have a good night, and see you next time.